Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Ryan Awesome Show with your host, Ryan Awesome. And we're here to talk about Friday Night SmackDown for February the 14th, 2025. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hope you guys are having a great night. Very strong show with a very great main event. And the main event was really the best thing on the show. Best thing on the show. And I was shocked. I was shocked that Jacob did not make it to the chamber. And I thought for sure that Jacob was going to win that match. So it looks like it's going to be Jacob and Solo, really. Because they have like tension with each other right now. Tama and Jacob have tension with Solo, probably at a WrestleMania. But I'm more interested in that than Cody versus Solo. Because we all know that Solo lost time and time again to Cody. I'm more interested in Solo and Jacob. And we got some matches announced on this show too. More Elimination Chamber matches. Sammy and KO at Elimination Chamber. And then we have Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton teaming up to go up against Nia and Candice. I thought it was a really good show. I love the fact that Tama and Jacob confronted Solo. It was a must. It needed to happen. That was pretty much it with SmackDown, man. The main event, of course, was the best thing on the show, in my opinion. And if you guys are watching this video right now, hit the thumbs up. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I am here each and every single week. Mondays for Monday Night Raw and Fridays for Friday Night SmackDown. And guys, once again, please hit the likes. Please hit the thumbs up because it really helps out with the video. And comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about SmackDown. So tonight, man, we were live in Washington, D.C. in the Capital One Arena. And so we started off the show. So first off, Vic Joseph from NXT, from the NXT commentary team, he took Joe Tessitore's place on commentary because Joe is on assignment, is what they said. So it's Wade Barrett and Vic Joseph for tonight. So we started off with Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion. He was on his way to the ring. Asked the crowd, so Washington, what do you guys want to talk about? And so he goes down the list of the participants in the chamber match. So which one of these guys are going to go after me and my championship at WrestleMania? But Cody has said the one person it will not be Solo Sikoa. And so Drew McIntyre music hit. So Drew McIntyre came out and says, Cody Rhodes, is that it? Is that all I get? Is also Drew McIntyre. And so Cody apologized and he was like, okay, guys, one more time. And also Drew McIntyre. And so Drew went down his accolades, said that he won the chamber twice. You know, I'm a former WWE champion and all that stuff. Drew had said Cody had made it personal and will remind Cody who Drew McIntyre is. Cody said, I know exactly who you are, Drew, and I've beaten you. When I came back to the WWE, I've beaten you. He's beaten Drew. He has not forgotten. And so Jacob Fatu's music hit. Jacob and Tama came out. And so Fatu stood face to face with Drew. Fatu had told Drew, hey, Drew, you already earned your spot. Jacob had said, I'm all gas and no breaks tonight. You heard me? I'm a dog walk Braun Strowman and Damian Priest tonight. And I'm going to earn my way to the Elimination Chamber and win the chamber. And I'm going to go to WrestleMania and take the championship that never should have left my family. And so Drew McIntyre, he was face to face with Fatu. And Drew wants to fight Fatu. But Drew has said, but it's not going to happen tonight because I've already earned my spot in the chamber. And Drew has said, but Cody, I think Cody wants to talk to you. And so Drew McIntyre left. And so Jacob was eyeing Cody Rhodes. He was walking around surrounding Cody Rhodes, eyeing his WWE championship. And so Cody has said, if you win this chamber, Jacob, it could be you and me at WrestleMania for the WWE title. And so the camera had panned backstage, right? And we saw Solo Sikoa. He pulled up in the SUV. And so everybody was watching it from the ring. And Jacob has said that he had something to say to Solo. And so it's family business. And so Cody told Jacob, you'll get the first word with Solo, and I'll get my last word with Solo. And so Jacob left. He stormed off. He was pissed. He was pissed off. And, took his shirt off and everything. Looked like he was getting ready to throw hands with Solo. And that was it. I liked this, man. I really liked it. I mentioned it earlier that I love the fact that they're addressing this Jacob and Solo stuff. Jacob, Tama, and Solo. Solo really leaving them high and dry. They have every right to be unhappy with Solo. They showed Tama Tonga. He was backstage. He was looking for Solo. And so there was a guy. He was backstage, an innocent person. Tama had asked the guy, where's Solo? And so the guy had told him, yeah, he went that way. And so Tama left. And then Jacob came out of nowhere and just took out this poor guy. absolutely destroyed this guy. Wade Barrett, he was at ringside with Trish Stratus. He asked Trish Stratus would she be at the Elimination Chamber. And of course, the Elimination Chamber is in Toronto. Trish Stratus is from Toronto. And so he asked her, will she be at the chamber? And she said, yeah, she will be at the chamber. And so she'll either be in the seats or she'll either be in the suites. And so we ended up finding out what happened with Trish Stratus later on in the show. So we went from that to the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. It was Chelsea Green, the Women's United States Champion, with Piper Niven in her corner versus Naomi, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. And so I thought for sure that Chelsea was going to win, because Chelsea is Canadian and Chelsea is over. And she's the United States Women's Champion. But Chelsea lost. She lost. She went for her unpretty her, but she slipped. She slipped and fell and lost control of it. And so Naomi ended up hitting her split-legged moonsault to Green to win the match. Once again, the champions lost. Lyra Valkyria lost on Raw in her qualifying match. And now Chelsea Green lost in her qualifying match. And so, yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. No champion should be losing. I mean, I know it was a champion versus champion match, but which championship is more prestigious? The singles belt, right? So it doesn't matter if the one half of a tag team champion lost. But I think they did it because they wanted Naomi and Bianca to be in the same match. So I guess that's why they did it. But I would have much rather had Chelsea win her match, make her look strong as a champion. We had an update from Sami Zayn. He talked about Kevin Owens. He says that he knows the meaning behind a package pile driver, and he knows why Kevin did the package pile driver to Sami. And he said that Kevin tried to end my career with that move. For what? Over a wrestling match because I didn't help you win? And so Sami says that he doesn't know. I don't know when I'm gonna be cleared, but when I'm cleared, Kevin, I'm telling you, I'm coming after you, and we're gonna do this again, and it's not gonna be fun. We have found out that Michelle McCool is inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Michelle McCool. So we had the Motor City Machine Guns. That's Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin versus Los Garza. That's Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. This was a great match. Of course, it was a great match. You had the Motor City Machine Guns in the match. So yeah, it was a lot of back and forth. And then we had the Skull and Bones to Berto to win the match. So the Motor City Machine Guns wins the match. Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga, they were looking for Solo Sikoa, and they found him. They found Solo Sikoa backstage in his locker room, and Jacob had asked him, like, hey, what the hell is going on, bro? And so Solo said that he hasn't been feeling like himself. I lost to Ulafala, to Roman, and I just needed time off, and I let y'all down. I let you down, Jacob. I let you down, Tom. I let my whole family down, but I'm good. I'm good now. I want to take over. We should take over together. And it starts with you, Jacob. It starts with you by winning this qualifier match later on tonight. And so Jacob was about to leave. Right? He was about to leave, but Solo had grabbed him by his arm and stopped him. Solo says to Jacob, Jacob, I love you. I love you, Jacob. Things have turned around. Jacob used to say, I love you, Solo. And now you have Solo saying to Jacob, I love you, Jacob. And so he left. And so Tama stayed behind for a bit, and he started staring at Solo, and Tama left. As Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States champion, he was on his way to the ring. Shinsuke said for weeks he has watched from the shadows, and he was looking for a worthy challenger. And so I think he said that nobody was worthy of his championship. And so LA Knight's music had hit. Knight has said that he knows that Shinsuke been hiding in the shadows. And Knight has says that the last time they were in the ring, I had you beat, but the bloodline interfered. Knight was about to go ahead and say his catchphrase with everybody saying LA Knight, but he got interrupted by the Miz music. Miz had came out, he started talking, and so Knight had cut off the Miz. And so LA Knight had did a Miz impression, bro, and he freaking nailed it. He sounded exactly like the Miz. Knight says that, Miz, all you do is talk about your past accolades. 2010, 2011, that's the last time you were relevant. Knight has says that, I know you got John Cena with his retirement tour. Miz, you should do the same thing and have a retirement tour because nobody wants you here. We all want you to leave. Miz was starting crying. I don't know if he was acting or he was supposed to cry. I don't know. But it was terrible, man. Knight had called Miz a crybaby. He was neck to neck with Drew McIntyre and being a crybaby. Miz has said that Knight doesn't measure up to him. And I know what it's like to be at the top, and you don't know what it's like to be a world champion. Miz has said that he wants his shot at the U.S. championship, and he will elevate the title. Knight has said that he's going to make the U.S. title shine. And he said that the Miz suck, and he called the Miz a dork. Miz was set off when Knight had told him, you're not championship material. And so Miz went to go attack Knight. Knight dodged Miz and went for the BFT, but Miz had slipped out of it and rolled out of the ring. So Nick Aldis came out and he made an impromptu match with Miz and Knight. So the segment was long. It felt like it was long. It was so long, only for it to turn into an impromptu match. That's the thing I didn't like. So yeah, LA Knight and the Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura, he was out there. He was watching the match outside of the ring. It was a competitive match, but LA Knight had hit the BFT out of nowhere to the Miz, followed up by his top rope elbow drop to win the match. So after the match, Knight and Nakamura, they were staring face to face. Nakamura had his title up in the air, and so Nakamura left the ring. And so Knight is going to get his championship back. They're going to have another match, and Knight is going to win. The match is possibly going to happen at WrestleMania. I don't see it happening at the Chamber because the Chamber is 2 weeks away. So it might happen at WrestleMania. So we had Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, and Alexa Bliss. They were backstage. And so Alexa shows up. Alexa and Nia Jax, no love lost between those two. They have history with each other. Alexa told Nia to have fun tonight in her match with Tiffany Stratton. And she started making fun. Alexa Bliss started making fun of Candice LeRae on losing to her and all that stuff. The YS6 glitch on the screen when Alexa was backstage. So YS6 are still not on SmackDown. From what I heard, I think one of the members are hurt. I don't know which member it is, but one of them are hurt. I guess that's why they're not on the show, because somebody is hurt. Miz was backstage and he was all defeated. He was beaten up and all defeated. And Andrade had showed up. Andrade shows up and he just started laughing at the Miz. And Andrade had left. And then Carmelo Hayes had showed up and says that people should show us respect. People should show you respect, Miz, and people should show me respect. And so Miz wanted to team up with Carmelo, because Miz have a problem with making friends. And so Miz wanted to team up with Carmelo, and he named the team Melo Don't Miz. And so he tried to give Carmelo a fist bump, but Carmelo just left them high and dry. We went into the match with RTruth and Carmelo Hayes, and they showed a video. Of how this match came about. This was a nothing match. And speaking of nothing, Carmelo hit the nothing but net to Truth to win the match. So Carmelo Hayes wins the match. We had a Street Profits vignette. They said that they were telling the truth. Don't get mad at us for telling the truth. And they called out every single tag team. The Street Profits said that they're going to put everybody through the dirt. And they said that they want the smoke. Byron Saxton, he interviewed Pretty Deadly. He asked them about their title match against DIY. Pretty Deadly said that they are done being underestimated. And so DIY interrupted Pretty Deadly and said, no boy. DIY said that they weren't ready last week. Because last week they weren't dressed to wrestle, and they lost to Pretty Deadly. DIY said that Pretty Deadly's dream of becoming a tag team champions are dead. So Ciampa ended off saying, moment of silence. And so we had a video of Kevin Owens. KO says, I was stabbed in the back by 3 guys that I would take a bullet for. 3 guys that I consider brothers. And Sammy, you don't know what real pain is. And Sammy, I'm going to show you what real pain is. I'm calling you out, Sammy. I'm challenging you, Sammy, to a match at Elimination Chamber in Toronto, where it all started. Come find me. So the match is made with KO and Sammy in Canada, Toronto, Canada, where it all started. So this should be really good, man. Really good. We had the WWE Women's Championship match with Nia Jax with Candice LeRae in her corner versus Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion. So Charlotte was backstage. She was watching it on her screen, and they had a really good match. They had a couple of falsies too. Tiffany took a crazy bump from that Samoan drop from the top. Candice LeRae had got involved in the match, causing a disqualification. So Nia and Candice, they took out Tiffany, and then Nia hit her annihilator to Tiffany. And so Trish Stratus had came out to help out Tiffany. Nia had took out Trish. And so producers and officials, they were separating everybody. And so Nia had dropped the leg drop on Tiffany, and then Nia and Candice went to go leave, right? And so Charlotte Flair's music had hit, and she was walking out to the ring, and Tiffany was laid out. Tiffany was still laid out in the ring. She was right next to a chair. And so Charlotte went to go grab the chair to sit in the chair. And Charlotte said, Tiffy, wake up, Tiffy. Blink if you can hear me, Tiffy. It's still Tiffy time. And so Charlotte has said, I choose you, and I will see you, Tiffy, at WrestleMania. And that was it. To the surprise to no one. We all know that Charlotte was going after Tiffany. She wasn't going after Rhea, and she sure as hell wasn't going after the NXT championship. Unfortunately, man, Charlotte is going to win the championship. Nick Aldis, he was backstage on the phone, and Bianca Belair and Naomi showed up. And Aldis has said that there's an update to this Jade Cargill situation on her getting attacked. And so they showed the video footage right on the screen, and it took a while for the video to pull up on the screen. So the video played. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, they were walking off to the side. And so Naomi and Bianca think that they did it. And so Aldis had told them, hey, we don't know. We don't know if they did it. And so Naomi and Bianca's like, we just saw the footage and yada, yada, yada. On Monday Night Raw, we're going after Liv and Raquel. I'm thinking it's still Naomi. So Tiffany was backstage with Byron Saxton. And Byron had asked her what's her reaction to everything that just happened. And so Flair would know it's Tiffy time and all that stuff. And, you know, she was going to deal with Nia and Candice. And Trish Stratus had showed up. And Trish had proposed a tag team match with her and Tiffy versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae at the Elimination Chamber. And so they came up with a name, and they're calling themselves Trishy Time. Jimmy Uso was backstage with Drew McIntyre. They was watching everything on the monitor. And Drew was, you know, really making fun of Jimmy, just laughing at his face. And he was bragging about his victory in last week's triple threat match. Your brother is passing you by, Jim. He had mentioned something about Naomi, being married to Naomi. And so Jimmy had left because he got tired of hearing Drew's mouth. And he came back, freaking gave him a super kick. And he just did the no yeet. And so Braun Strowman was on his way to the ring backstage. And Strowman had said, it's been 6 years since I've held gold. I will run through Priest and Fatu. And I'll run through the Elimination Chamber. And Cody, I'm coming after you. And so we went into the main event, the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Braun Strowman versus Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu. Yeah, this was a chaotic match. This is really chaotic. This was the best match on the show. Jacob had turned Priest's old school move into the Samoan drop. So that was really nice. So Braun was setting up Jacob for the hip attack, right? For the hip attack with the chair wrapped around his neck. So he was really trying to give Jacob a taste of his own medicine. But Solo Sikoa came out of nowhere and gave Braun a Samoan spike, and he was in his hoodie and stuff. And so Cody's music had hit. Cody ran out to the ring, started beating up Solo. Tama had took out Cody. Cody fought back, and then Solo accidentally gave Tama the spike, the Samoan spike. And so Jacob saw this. He got out the ring and he got in Solo's face. And then Priest that came out the ring, he pushed Jacob into Solo, so they were both down. And Priest and Braun, they were going back and forth into the ring. Priest that hit his South of Heaven, the biggest South of Heaven, to Braun Strowman to win the match. So Damian Priest wins the match and is going to the Elimination Chamber. Cody Rhodes celebrates for Priest. And that was it. Great match. Great main event. I was hoping for Jacob Fatu to win this match because he belongs in that match. Could you imagine Jacob Fatu in the Elimination Chamber match? But yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Just like what I said, man, I would much rather see Jacob and Solo at WrestleMania than Cody and Solo. But like, he's going to be out of the mix anyways because whoever win that chamber, they're going after Cody. So how the hell Solo going to fit into it? Solo and Jacob is the match. They building it up right now. And then eventually, you know, they're going to go blow for blow. And they're going to turn it into a match. That was it with SmackDown. Just like I said before, very strong show. Very good show. Great main event. And all that stuff. The Elimination Chamber is in 2 weeks. So it's coming up really quickly. Tell me what you guys thought about SmackDown in the comments. And like the video. It really helps out with the video. And hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I'm here each and every single week. Follow me on Instagram and all the other socials. If you guys miss anything, the link is in the description. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys on Monday for Monday Night Raw. And thank you all for the love and the support for the show. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out for each and every single video. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome, my awesome ones. And that's that.